What's good, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Michael, and today we're going to be talking about in-season training for athletes. Now, for those of you who have been following me for a while, know that over a year ago I did a video on this. However, we are going to be not only reviewing but also rebuilding on this topic. And last year I put a lot of research into the video. I had the right concept, but I didn't have the right execution. So all the basic principles were there, but they weren't put together properly. So that's what we're going to get into in this two-part series. There's going to be two different videos. This video is going to be on exercise selection, and the second video, which also concerns in-season training, is going to be on recovery. So the main audience that this is targeting, this video, are athletes that are in high school or at the collegiate level that don't already have a program assigned for them by their coaches, and they want to increase their strength or at the very least maintain it. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Exercise selection. How do we pick what exercises to do? Well, firstly, I'm going to recommend that we do mainly compound movements. Compound movements are movements that involve multiple muscle groups, generally at the same exact time. So something like a squat, a bench, or a deadlift. And as an athlete, your time is limited, as everyone's is. But you are training maybe 1 to 3 hours 5 times a week, plus you got your studies, you got your relationships, you got your other commitments. So time is more limited than ever, and I understand that. That's why we're going to be supersetting these compound movements. Now, that doesn't mean you have to superset a compound movement with another compound movement, but I want you supersetting. That way you get the most bang for your buck as far as time goes, not just per exercise, but also you're minimizing that time between each exercise. Now, when you are supersetting, I don't want you to superset chest and then do another chest exercise. Anyone who's supersetted with the same muscle group knows that completely obliterates the muscle if you do it correctly. We don't want to obliterate the muscle. We want to get in, get out, and have an effective workout. And that goes hand in hand with our set and rep scheme. We're going to be doing 3 sets of 5 repetitions. Now, during off season, you're likely to be doing 5 to 7 sets of 5 reps. But since we're in season, we're putting most of our emphasis on the particular sport skill, and we're putting less emphasis on the gym training. That's why we're lowering the overall workload, and you can calculate that by the reps times the volume, because we don't want to be tired for practice. So we're lowering the overall workload, but we're still working at an effective rep scheme where we're going to get stronger. Now, one of my fatal flaws that I had last year was that I was going RPE 8 or 9 on most of my exercises. So what I was doing for the off season, I continue to do for the in season. First, the workload was too high. I was doing way too many repetitions, and that was costing my performance in showing in practice and in games. Furthermore, I was not necessarily grinding out the reps, but I was putting too much into each rep. I want you to do RPE 7, and this is for in-season training. Again, completely different for off-season, but for in-season training, RPE 9, which means rate of perceived exertion is 7 out of 10, meaning you can do more repetitions afterwards. And we're working on speed, that way we're explosive. But yet again, you still want to control the weight. There's a fine line, there's this balance that you have to find where you can explode that weight and it's moving quickly, but you still have control of it. And the way we're increasing the weight is because every workout or every other workout, depending on how far you are in your strength journey, you're going to increase 2.5 pounds on each side, which is 5 pounds total. What you're going to strengthen as far as your muscle groups is going to vary. Every sport favors a particular muscle group, but no sport that I am aware of relies on one specific muscle group and neglects all the others. And this just comes to show that it all starts in here. Even a person that is at the top of the level of their niche can improve through mental practice. So can you through daily activities.